What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with your Shirley, of course, Machiavelli. Hope you all. No, nope, I'm not Machiavelli anymore. Mac. Hope you all have been a great day today. And today we're back with another sense for people, place people. We are making. I think it's a farmhouse per se. It's a house that I actually found on Insta. Excuse me. I got sorry for saying that for a second, but it's a house I found off of Instagram actually. I have been following a bunch of house builders, and so I ended up finding this one. I actually made it for my current household that I'm playing right now, so yeah. Hope you all do enjoy the build that it is. But today I actually have a really fun commentary. I woke up about 10 minutes ago and I had this wicked ass weird ass dream which I feel like could be a movie. I remember it vividly because I feel like I was awake during when you're awake because you just want to finish the dream in a sense. I think in my mind I wanted to see what happened next, so I kept on just dreaming. But at some point I just realized that this makes no sense anymore, and so I woke up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going two ways. I'm gonna tell you what the dream was actually, and then I'm gonna turn that dream into an actual story. Because again, I think it'd be really cool. But again, um yeah, let's just get straight into it. So, the dream first starts off with me at home in the house. My house is a mess, so it's me, my two other brothers, and my mom and my dad, and so we're all living in under the same roof. And so we have chores to do, right? And so my chore is to clean up the living room. Everyone has their own thing to do, right? And so we're cleaning, and then after we're cleaning, I realized we had something to do. I don't remember what it was. Again, I don't remember the full dream, word by word, but I had something other to do after I was. I think I had like homework or something. I don't know. Something had to be done after I was done cleaning, and so I decided that I was gonna do the stairs and sweep the living room, and then I was gonna eat, and then I'll do the other work after because that seems more important than finish up cleaning. And so, anyways, we started to eat, and then my mother said, "After you're done eating, we need to talk." I'm like, "Okay." And so, while we were eating, and while I was doing that, before we even get to the talking, my dad started making snide comments like, "Oh, oh, you again," or "Oh, you're so lazy." Anyways, all these little slight comments, and I was like, "What's going on?" So I said, "Mom, let's sit down, let's have this talk." She's like, "No, you should wait till we're done eating." I'm like, "No, tell me now because like he's making snide comments. I'm some type of way. So what's going on? What do you have to talk to me about?" And they're like, "You're not putting in enough work. Like you're not carrying your weight. Like you're being lazy." I'm like, I literally did. It's like, and then my dad goes, "Tell me what you did around the house. Like, what did you do?" And I said, "Okay, I did the stairs. I set the living room a little bit." He's like, "What do you mean set the living room?" I'm like, "I'm not done yet. There's still vacuum, but I had other work I had to get done. It was more important." And then he started yelling at me, and it got like really big. Like, again, I'm not the type of person to yell back at my parents. I just take it. But in this dream, I got mad, and so I started yelling back at them. I'm like, "What do you know? We started cussing. I started getting really mad at my mom and my dad, and this is where the dream starts to get wonky. And so my mom and my dad at this point are trying to like make fun of me and everything, and I'm getting really pissed off. And so I decide that I'm gonna leave and quote unquote go move down and live with my aunt in Florida. And so I make up this big plan because I know what happened now is my dad starts to clean, to do some stuff in the house too. So he started to clean, he started to mop the floor because that was the thing. My brother finished his side of his chores, so he started to mop the floor, and my mom started to do the dishes. And while they're doing that, I'm over there planning my trip to Florida. And so, anyways, we're planning the trip, and I'm planning the trip, and then I get really pissed off because at this point I'm mad. I don't know why they brought that up. They made me feel terrible, so now I'm pissy and I want to piss everybody off. So I am planning my trip. I go upstairs. I pack one bag of clothes, and I remember I chuck it outside the window, and then I say I'm gonna go outside and take out the trash. When I go outside, I end up starting the car, And at this point, I really just want to piss them off and get them mad. So, like I said, my dad is mopping the front, and he's taking a really long time doing it. No, no, he's taking a really long time. But anyways, he's mopping the front, and I'm planning my trip out. And so I go outside, I start the car. Anyways, I put the stuff in the car, and then I realize I need my shoes, and my shoes are at the front of the house again. She's just mopping the house, so I can't get the shoes. But since I'm pissed off and I don't like him right now, I go ahead and I take the muddy boots that I have on, and I go to the front of the house because I really want those sneakers. So I go to the front of the house, and I step on like the floor that he just mopped, and I get the sneakers, and he's pissed off. At this point, he is furious. He is mad. He wants to kill me. In my head, in the dream, my dad wants to kill me at this point, right? And so that my mom comes over, she's like, "What are you doing, Malik? What are you doing? Why is it on the floor? Your dad just mopped it." I'm like, "Because I had to get my shoes." It's like, "Why get your shoes?" Because I'm leaving. So you're leaving? Yes, I'm gonna go live with my aunt and uncle in Florida. And it's like, "What's going on?" So at this point, my dad turns red, and this is part I'm like, because my dad's black and he doesn't turn red, but he turns red, and I can see the anger inside, like he was about to kill me. I could see it inside, like if he could catch me, he was gonna wring my neck. And so I decided to take the keys to the car, and somehow, which is not this I know is a dream, because my dad doesn't have a new car, but anyway, my dad got a new car recently in the dream, I'm guessing, and all I remember is that he didn't pay it off. That's all I remember. My dad did not pay off his car, so I'm gonna take it from him, because it's the new car. So I take the keys. And at this point, my mom's trying to tell me, "What are you doing? Are you crazy? Make it work for us. You da da da." And my dad's over there just sitting quiet, getting furious. And then he sees me pick up the keys and car. He's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm leaving." I just tell Mom I'm leaving, right? And so I take the shoes and I start running outside the garage, and I start putting everything on. And then I realize he's following me. He's slow walking behind me. And so I'm getting scared, right? So I go and I end up jumping into the car, and I end up locking the door. And then he started walking to the car, starts pulling the doors, open the door, and I make sure I had a lock, and he starts banging on the window, like open the door, and I'm trying to start the car, and I remember this part is so like, again, this makes no sense because at my car right now, I have the press start one, and my key needs to be reset because it's so weak. So every time I press by the thing, it takes like 5 minutes for it to realize that the key's in the car for it to start, And so, anyways, I'm trying to press start, and it's not working, which shouldn't work because it's a new car. But anyways, I'm pressing start and it's not working, and then somehow I remember I started driving. I'm like, I don't know if it's started or not. I just started driving. I have no clue if I turned the car on or not. I don't know what's going on, but I just started driving. I feel like it was off. I just had it on drive, but then while I'm driving, I started actually working. Like I actually turned it on. I was like, oh, it's actually on. Maybe like this is the way the new car starts. I don't know. Again, it's a new car. I don't have it before. So anyways, I'm driving down to my uncle and aunt's house, but my aunt's house, but in the dream, I ended up going to a psychic, not psychic, but a psych facility, for like people with mental issues for sense. So I ended up there, ended up in a cell with like this big machine on top of me, not on top of me, but like my bed's at the floor, and then there's like this like big, I don't know what it is, but this thing was on top of my, like in my cell with me. I woke up in a cell, I guess, and they told me I was in a psych ward, and I was okay with that because I said I guess in my dream I was going to get help because like I need help now, like I need to go to professionals, so I'm gonna go to this psych ward to help me out and get me issues I need. Anyways, I'm in there again. I wake up, and there's this big ass machine on top of, not on top of my bed, but on top of the shelf above my bed. I let it go, and I start talking to the nurses there. Everything's good and everything, right? And I start to get the help I need. Then I realized I did something bad, so I ended up calling my mom. This is where the dream just gets messed up. I don't know what happened here. Anyways, I ended up calling my mom to come here and get something. I was like, I'm gonna return the car because the car is still being paid off. I feel bad that I took the car now. Again, I'm a new person. I'm turning a new leaf. I feel great. I am good. Again, I don't know how long it's been, but I'm gonna return the car now. So I call my mom to come up and return, like, to come to get the car so I can return it because I feel bad for taking it. And so she comes, and at this point, she's not my mom anymore. My mom's black. This woman's white. I remember her. She's white with like red hair. I'm like, who's, again, I didn't say who's you. I was like, oh, mom. She's not my mom now. Again, everyone's just morphing. So it's like, mom, here's the key. I feel bad for, what's it called again? For taking for taking the car. You can give back to dad. And then dad ends up showing up. I'm like, what's he doing here? He's like, oh, he's here to take the car back. You know, I couldn't drive that myself. So it is. My dad's in the room. My mom's in the room. And I just get a bad feeling in my stomach. My dad has this anger on his face. And I just knew something was bad happening. And so he said, okay, give me the key and I'll take it. I'm like, okay, wait. I don't trust you, you know? Again, this makes no sense because it's his car. I was like, I don't trust you. Let me go outside and take whatever is mine's outside the car and then you can have it back because I don't trust I'll get it back from you. Like, okay, we'll go outside. But then the nurse was like, I can't do that, you know, because you're in a psych ward and we can't let you go. I'm like, okay, can you come with me, right? And everyone's like, okay, maybe that's a good idea. So she decides, it's the nurse who's like my doctor, I guess you say. My doctor decides that she'll come out with me to the car to get my stuff, and then we'll do the exchange. And he can take the key, and then I'll go back to the psych ward, and then he can go off and do anything. Anyways, that happens, and then so out of nowhere, I just see a bunch of bodyguards show up. I'm like, why am I being escorted outside? Like I was so confused. Everyone's just waiting at the front of the door. Then they ended up telling my dad to wait outside the door, and so my dad's outside now waiting for me to come out to get even the keys to get the stuff out of the car. And I'm inside the door and I feel weird. I'm like, there's so much people outside. I'm like, something's wrong, right? And so what happened was, I don't know what happened, but there's this marble, right? There's this marble and I found a bunch of them. Like before that, I found a bunch of them in like a pouch or something that my mom had. I found a bunch of these marbles and I just put them to the side and they were just marbles, right? And then what ended up happening on the floor where he left, there was a marble on the floor, right? And so I was like, what is this? So I went to the nurse. I'm like, nurse, what is this? Like, I found this on the floor because, again, I had a bunch of them, so I wanted to know what it was. So I asked her, miss, what is this marble? And then she looks at it and she reads it and she's like, oh my God. She's like, do you have any more of these? And I go in the back and I get the other bag of marbles that I found earlier in the day when my mom showed up. Mom and dad showed up, and so I had a bunch of these marbles. I showed her. She's like, oh my God, you need to leave. I'm like, what's going on? Like, this man's going to kill you. So I was like, what? Yes, he's going to kill you. He has powers. He's going to kill you. You need to leave. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is my dad going to kill me? Is it because I like stepped on the floor? I don't know what's going on. So anyway, she said I had to leave. So I went ahead and she told me that the machine above my bed in my room is a time machine, you know? It takes you to the future. And it can take you to the past. I don't know if it can. I didn't finish the dream, but it can take you to the future. So while because at this point, my dad started banging on the door, like, where is this person? Where is this person? And then I realized I'm turning a girl. So now I'm a girl. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm not me. I'm a girl now. Again, I fully turned into an anime. Anyways, so I'm now a girl, and she tells me I need to leave. And so I go in the back, and I start pressing a bunch of buttons, and it zooms me into this portal, and I leave the psych facility, and I just ended up in a gas station in the space. I have no clue where it is. All I know is outside is pitch dark. I can see the gas light, and then there's 3 people in there. There's a person behind the register. There's a kid behind the register with a person, and then there's someone in front of them. They're just having a normal conversation, and then I pop up, and I pop off frantic, like, oh my god, I'm about to die. Okay, I have to end it off here, but yeah, there's a bit more. It's stupider, and then I'll explain. I don't know. I'll explain it. This dream was something else. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, talk to the next one. I'm out. Deuces, peace. Bye later. I love y'all. Peace.